Today's May 7th, by the way. And I do think we should officially call it, and I don't want to pump his tires up too much, but I should, Patty Maroon Day. Like, he did it.
I like that.
Dude, he did do it, though. Like, he figured out a way. Like, you did it. That was the closest game, closest series. Could have changed in so many different ways.
And he bounced.
Oh, my God. And, Patty, you figured it out. I love you. I don't want to, again, pump you too much because we all got to stay humble in our own way. But, man, oh, man, it's Patty Day today. Or am I a nerd?
No, I like that. And think about this week. You have the different themes. Everybody. Now, I'm not a big, Star Wars person, but everybody does May the 4th be with you, right? And then they do Cinco de Mayo, and this could be a celebratory week where I do think. Now, look, for sure in Oakville, it should be Patty Maroon Day, right? In Oakville. Now, St. Louis will probably be tougher to get something like that passed. But still, in St. Louis, it should be Pat Maroon Day every May 7th. Give him the key to the city.
You just got to mention it. It's just it was a big turning point. I don't know. Again, whatever. I saw the thing today, and I was like, oh, God.
Okay.
And then we made that embarrassing video that actually blew up where I'm like, drunk, like falling over things, and Kate's like,
So we've talked about this before. So biggest goals in St. Louis Blues history, that's 1 and Gunnarson's 2. Do you agree on that?
Man, Gunny, it has to be in that
or do you put Gunny because it was in the final? Now obviously you don't get to the final without Patty. I think that's an interesting debate. And again, I'm not trying to sell short anything that happened.
It's
the Monday Night Miracle and all that. I'm not trying to sell short any goals that happened in the last 50 years. But when you hadn't won a cup, you got to choose first from the 2019 team.
Sorry, it's 1 and 2. Hey, you know what? And Schwartzy's goal against Winnipeg. When that series is so bizarre, like what's going to happen? Like are we? And then Bozy comes off the wall with Steiner 4 checks, grabs the puck, sends up the wall, and then Bozak, as a righty who had to come off for somebody because of something weird, to skate, and he's a right-handed guy, and he threw it out in front, and of course Schwartzy just tapped it in like a bunt,
like a Matt Carpenter.
That's a huge momentum goal. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think I may have even changed my mind on this over the years here, but I think you got to go Patty for a couple other reasons too. The fact that it ended that series, right?
Yeah,
that goal ended the series.
Yes.
Boom, immediate celebration.
It's over.
Whereas with Gunnarsson, they probably don't win the series without that goal, but it was, game 2, so it was very early on. And then if there's any type of tiebreaker, you would defer to the local guy. And the fact that Pat Maroon is from here and became the hometown hero even more so with that goal, that's the tiebreaker. Even though we love Gunny.
It was such a big moment for the city, and we're all, just all the alumni were there. We're all, the place was packed. Oh, my God.
Double
I
overtime.
saw that this morning. I'm sorry, again, that nerdy, but on the other hand, it's like that.
Why are you apologizing?
I don't know.
I think you were actually mad because I think it's the only time that the Blues History Twitter account didn't actually tweet a fight of yours.
And that's why I am mad.
Yeah.
It's about me, Charlie Marlow, not Patty Maroon.
Mm-hmm.
God, but I saw that video. I'm like, oh, snap, baby. I'm putting that in my notes. What else is going on here? Doesn't matter.
Man, that was so much fun. It was only 2 years ago.
I know.
I hate to say it. I hope the Blues run really deep this year. But if there's only 4,000 or 5,000 fans, it's still going to be cool. Don't get me wrong. But
I know.
The more we get away from 2019, and it's only been 2 years, but gosh darn, you appreciate even more that it got to be the last year before COVID. And I don't take anything away from the Lightning. I've said this a million times, but it's just not the same the last year and a half.
I've said it a million times with you.
So the fact that, the Blues also, one of the hallmarks of that whole run was the parade, where they changed the game in terms of parades with Binner getting on the scooter and the guys getting off the floats and going and interacting.
Falling off floats.
Drinking beers. Probably vomiting off floats, whatever it was.
Sanford, puking all over that Mustang.
But the last year and a half, and they've done it as well, with Tampa, winning everything, with the boat parades. It's all good. But in St. Louis, it would not have been the same if they won it last year and everything was a little more
Kate
chill.
Was so pissed at me by the end of that day. I didn't get to eat anything. I remind you, girl, I didn't eat anything that morning. I thought there was going to be like a buffet out, but there wasn't. I blame the Blues for that. That's what I do.
Come on.
Oh, they had to get a golf
Blues.
cart. I'm like, okay. Kate's like, yeah, well, I'm taking you home. It is what it is. It was a blast. We had we all celebrated like we won. There's 2 things I should have done. I should have snuck Kate in Game 7 in Boston.
Was she there?
Yes.
So it just
she went to a bar. She went to a bar right next to the rink. I should have snuck her in.
You should have.
I should have. I could have done it. I swear to God, but I didn't want to make a scene. I just want to make a scene, but I just should have done it. And another thing is, I should have, because there's no wives on the parade, and I should have grabbed Kate. I should have been, just get on here with me. Like, just 2 things. And then they wouldn't have done anything. Like, it is what it is. I'm glad she's listening right now, because she knows that. I should have just done that. But you can't.
They'll win another one.
They're going to win another one. But we're not, it's not going to be the same.
Another thing I'll never forget that night is after the game, we finished doing all the live shots at Fox 2, and we're pumped up. Obviously, we didn't do anything to win the cup, but it was still exciting.
Sure you did.
And was it on? I should know this. Was it on a Wednesday or a Tuesday?
Oh, God.
Was it a Tuesday, Wednesday? I can't remember.
I mean.
Whichever day it was,
no.
We're like, okay, we want to get some drinks. And so we're right there downtown Boston.
Oh, man, oh, man.
And every bar was shut down because those Bruins fans and those Beantown fans were so depressed.
Why
that
did
they lost
that was
every bar.
pre-COVID. And
dude, you know this. Every bar was shut down, so we went across the street to the hotel where the players' families were at, and we kind of snuck in there, and Brett Hull was there, and a bunch of people were there. We weren't really invited, but everybody was having a good time.
Who cares?
And we went up there, and we got enough beers to last another hour or so, and there was some pizza. So we kind of finagled our way in. But that ticked me off, dude, because there was not one bar or restaurant to go to. Now, again, this was probably an hour and a half, 2 hours after the game ended because we're doing TV stuff for a long, long time.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
And it was a weekday.
That was the longest TV session I've ever done.
Yeah.
Standing up there, and then I got locked out of the building. Then I found Kate, and we took a carriage ride back to our beautiful hotel. Thank God I wasn't staying with Frankie Cusimano and Nader and all those guys in such a bad area. I go, no.
Was it?
I'll spend a couple grand.
Dude.
And we're going to stay in Niceville.
Let me tell you something.
It was awesome. Me and Kate had a nice time.
Fox 2 hooked it up. We had a sweet
Airbnb
in this cool spot. I can't remember the name of the little neighborhood, but it was a good. It was only about 10, 15 minutes away from the arena, and it was a cool spot in like an old neighborhood that goes back to like the Paul Revere days. There was a park that had statues.
Oh my!
We went to this restaurant bar, and I should know the name, but I think it's the oldest bar in Boston, and it was owned by some famous.
Why didn't you text me?
1700s politician type guy.
Oh God, that is what I crave.
Oh, dude, I love Boston.
I crave
for those
that
reasons.
Stuff.
All the history there is really cool.
If there's anything, if a bar's historic in any way, I am going in there and
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Like Top Shooters.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Like Top Shooters. If I throw in Old State Route 3 in Columbia, Illinois, man, oh, man. Yeah, I ain't staying with Frankie and those guys, with Kate. It's like, no. We're going to have a nice little area. So we yeah.
I get to see Frank.
I don't even give a damn if they had the biggest penthouse ever. I'm going with Kate and I are finding.
But hold on a second.
I love all of them. Don't get me wrong.
Let me just tell you this, though.
And Frankie knows it.
I also root for stories. It would have been funny if you guys had to share an Airbnb with Frank.
Dude.
And then at night you guys are drinking wine together. And
I would, if Kate wasn't there, I would.
Chatting.
If Kate was there.
No, I want Kate to be there.
No, it didn't work that. No. Kate and I do our own thing.
Okay.
And then it's like, it's just not. I actually, you know what? I'm so sick of rooming with people. I don't room with anybody anymore. I know I don't like it. I hate it. I'm so sick of it. I'm such a princess that Kate and I don't do that. Like, we don't. Like, we'll pay. Even my last year in American League when I got sent down, I would pay for my own room on the road at these Holiday Inn Expresses, which is only like $100 a night anyway, just to, like, be able to talk to my wife. Because, you know, I don't want guys talking to their wife when I'm just chilling. Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot to it. When you're just grinding like that, dude, it's like, nah. I don't know.
When you get to be a certain age,
thank you. Help
and you
me.
Got a couple bucks, it's worth it. Now, when you're 22 and you're like, everybody
No.
share a room, let's get 7 dudes in the same room. But yeah, when you get to be married in your 30s,
dude, I room with guys my whole life, billets and stuff. Now I'm just like, Kate and I are so, we're such like we don't like to do. We have to have our own area. I'm more than her. She's probably, but I don't know.
Man, such great memories.
I want to go on a vacation, by the way.
Me too. So after this baby's born, and then maybe a couple months after that, we might be able to do a little something.
Yeah,
but
you got your work cut out.
But just talking about 2019, that was by far, and look, I love hockey, but I've always been a baseball guy. But by far, 2019, the Blues run was the most fun I've ever had in my life covering sports, and it's not even close. And that goes back to I was here for 11 with the Cardinals. I got to cover Ohio State winning the national championship game. But it was something about the 50 years, the first time, and the 2 months, the 2-month buildup where every series it got more intense, where you saw more Gloria signs, you saw more Let's Go Blues signs, you had the radio stations playing Gloria for 24 straight hours. It was 60, 65 days of a buildup to the ultimate coronation. That was the most fun I've ever had covering sports.
How many storylines can you come up with that whole Gloria to Bobby to,
Layla,
oh God, Layla, to everything. It's unbelievable. And you'll never be able to party that intimately for another, I don't know, dude. Who knows? It might, this COVID crap, not crap, I shouldn't say, this COVID stuff should and probably will affect things for years and years and years, in my opinion, to be that close where guys are just jumping, dumping stuff. Like, are we ever going to get to that point? Like, think about it.
It is funny.
Not to be depressing, but let's be realistic.
Okay.
I don't care.
But
we're top tiers. It's Friday. I care?
I think in the immediate future, most of these athletes, they're all playing together every day for months and months and months. Even now, most of them, I believe, are vaccinated. But also, if you're playing with each other, close quarters, you're sweating around each other in a clubhouse, in a locker room. I think if those guys are pouring beers on each other after the game, it's all right. I don't think you're going to have.
I'm talking parade.
Tons of changes.
I'm talking parade.
No, I think for the next couple of years, the parades will probably be less.
6 feet apart, like, hi.
Depends on the state, though, also. I think different states are going to have different rules.
Florida, they'll probably have their party down in Florida.
It is crazy, though, to think about some of the stuff we did pre-COVID, and maybe we get back to some of this, but just think about a birthday party. You'd have your grandpa would have a birthday party. Maybe he turns 80, 85, 90, and he's got a birthday cake. And you got little kids there, and grandpa's like, hey, granddaughter, blow up my birthday cake. And everybody's blowing and spitting on a birthday cake, and then you cut it up and everybody eats it.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying, like, think about how we lived. Like, are we going to do that again?
No. You're not blowing anything anymore, Charlie. I'm telling you. It's donezo. Candles or whatever.
But it was hilarious. It was hilarious when your little kid went to her birthday cake, and she just blew and spit all over it, really. Blew out the candles. You probably had to help her, and then everybody cuts that cake up of germs, and we all eat it.
Yes.
We did that for the last hundreds of years.
The little rascal kid that always have to go and be like, I'm going to touch it first. Like,
and they got snot noses.
Oh, God. Can I say something real quick? One time, my cousin Ashley, I remember going to her wedding. She's getting married, and I'm there, and I'm like, God, we did something. And I'm walking in, and the wedding cake was cupcakes, and there was all cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in, and I thought it was just like, pick up a cupcake. I walked in and grabbed one, and somebody's like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. That was the wedding.
They hadn't taken the picture yet.
No, it's like, we're walking in the damn place. So it's sitting there, right? Or whatever it is. And I thought it was, oh my God, my mom and dad.
So they hadn't had their first cake
My
yet.
mom and dad are laughing at it because I know, and I was like, because we're,